Hello, it's Fight here with a quick review of Local Profits 360. Yes, that's a 360 up there, very tiny. So the fundamental principle is actually really simple. You have a dashboard where you can do searches using Google. You get a list which you then pre-filter and you say this is the one I want to add to a campaign, and then you basically end up with campaigns. And in a campaign, you can go in and email them. So a search I did earlier was dentists in Oxford. Okay, so I go in here and these are my, whatever it is, 29 leads. What I probably should have done is, because I'm in this particular case, let's pretend I wanted to just send out emails, right? I don't bother with sending them something in the post. I don't want to phone them up. I just want to send emails. In that case, what I should have done is basically select only the ones that have email, because as you can see here, this one doesn't have an email, this one does. So this one, shouldn't be in this list. It doesn't really matter though, because of course I can, when I go up here and, I can go in here and send emails individually here, or just go to this top thing and say send an email to all of these leads. So the email sending system itself I really like. It's basically you choose a template category, namely the things you want to provide for them. And this is kind of where the magic comes in. For example, if you were to select only those who don't have SSL, well, you would now choose SSL installation services, and you select one of the templates. They have different templates that affects the text down here. So we go for this one, better rankings with Hey there, did you know this? Bit of educational marketing. And then, this is replaced by you, which is set in your local settings. Or your the settings for the system here, and you're done. And then you've got it sent out. If you attach the local report, the report looks a little bit like this one here. Do they have any of these things here? Do they have SSL? No, thank you very much. Do they have the Google business set up properly? Does it have a decent number of images? How's the SEO looking? This one here is looking particularly bad. Do they have videos? No. Again, for example, if you only want to target people who have, you want to provide video services, well, this is a good category to target. And then there are the competitors. I think this is mostly to scare them a little bit, not for you. And they go, ooh, they are competitors, and they've got good reviews, and they've got SSL, etc., etc. Anyway, that's kind of the system in a nutshell. What I like about it is, what I'm going to do is do a quick search for you. Okay, so let's go for Plumber Oxford. Plumber Oxford, there we go. Oh, I like this, by the way. It works internationally. I've seen so many systems that only work, in the US or only in XYZ. So I'm going to pause this here for a second whilst it's loading. It takes, like it says, up to 40 seconds. And here we go. There is Plumbob. Who's going to argue with Plumbob? What a fantastic website. I am jealous. Plumbob.net. There you go. So what I can now go is like, all right, I only want to use those with emails because, well, guess what? I want to email them. Fair enough. And suddenly there are, I don't know how many there are. Where are here? 12. All right. I only want those with no websites. Actually, let's see if there are any ones. No, they're not. All right, so they all have a website. Fair enough. Not really surprising if you're using Google to search for websites. Anyway, that's basically it. I could select them all the ones that have an email. I select them now. I can add them to a campaign, and let's create a new campaign. I create this, call it Plumber Oxford. Add campaign. Add all of them to the Plumber UK. There they are. So now going into campaigns. Where is my plumber? Down here, 12 as we saw. And there they are with their emails, right? So that's the process. So having done this, having just showed you how this plays out in practice, here's my one, I would say, complaint. It's not really a complaint, but it's okay. What I'll do is I'll do another search to demonstrate this to you. Here we are back at our plumbers and Plumber Bob. The one thing I think could be done better is I need to go and generate this local report. I understand why they do it that way, because if you were to pull in all this information by default for every search result, it probably does take longer. But what I would love to see is that I can generate the local report for all of them in one go whilst I have a cup of coffee. And then it shows me on this page. So the information here, come on, all of this here, maybe in a condensed format, tiny, so I can immediately see, all right, here is someone who's doing a really bad job at SEO. Or here are all the ones that don't have YouTube videos, etc. So I do understand where they're coming from. You know, pulling in all this information takes time. As a result, if you do it for all of those, it could take long. But hey, in practice, I'm willing to do that, right? The more automation there is, the better. Apart from that, it's actually a decent system. It's a time saver, and that's all it is. You can do all of this manually, not a problem. It purely is a nice central dashboard for basically pulling in leads. Then you go into your campaign and you go, right, I tell you what, I'm going to mass mail, all of these. I'm not even going, well, all right, having said that, business owners preferred if you send them individualized, personalized information. And that's why this local report comes in handy, because it shows them it's about their website. So that's really, really good. If you then go in and say, I'm going to send you this email, I'm just going to select whatever, this particular template. Boom, thank you very much. You could leave it like that. And the beauty of that, of course, is you can now really do mass mailing. You can do this to scale it to any number you like. But of course, in general, these things tend to work a little bit better when they are personalized. I noticed, but then again, with SSL, I honestly don't see how you could personalize that. There you go. So big takeaway of all of this here, it's a time saver, and in my opinion, it probably appeals to people who are relatively new to this online marketing thing or offline consulting, because it's a non-threatening way of finding good information and then sending out contact emails. Plus, on top of that, you send out an email. If they don't respond, they don't respond. So be it. That's fine. And so, as you grow and you get experience, your confidence grows, and you will then start using more, in quotes, aggressive ways of reaching out. But overall, the services, I haven't even covered those here. You can have different tools in here to check for citations. I'm going to give you one example here, citation. So if I go for my plumbers and I say, well, for this guy here, I checked out Pink Plumbing and Heating. I want to go and find some plumbing. Where are we here? Plumbing related citations. Boop, there you go. And oh look, they have 0 out of 10. Awesome. There is a nice little service you provide for them with their local SEO, of course. So this is the kind of thing, that makes it a little bit more personal. Anyway, back to my conclusion. My conclusion was it's a nice time saver. Secondly, it's a nice way of getting to confidence, getting experience and confidence, because while you reach out by email, it's semi-personalized, which is good. And then if people respond, hey, look, they are actively reaching out to you, they want to have a conversation. That's much easier than walking into a store or a shop or a plumber and going, here I am. I'm putting myself on the line now. And I've done that. And I appreciate how difficult that can be, or is perceived to be difficult. And the last one is because these services are relatively small, you don't have to go and charge an arm and a leg, right? Citation building, easy. A local SEO, again, easy. Helping with reputation, easy. Installing SSL, they're all easy little things. And you go, right, that'll be 100 or 200 quid, or in dollars or whatever. And as a result, at least that's what I think is going on in a lot of people's minds is, well, I don't see myself as an expert, and as a result, I don't want to go out and charge someone $5,000 to $10,000 or pounds or whatever for a complete marketing makeover. But a done-for-you service, and I kind of mentioned this in a video I did yesterday, this is kind of a package deal. It's very tangible, and as a result, that's much easier to deliver, and that is good for your confidence. It's much easier to say, look, I will install your SSL thing, and you give me £100, as opposed to saying, I will get you more clients, because now you're really on the spot, aren't you? You need to get them clients. Whereas SSL, it's a tangible thing. Everyone knows exactly what the expected outcome is. Once it's delivered, you get paid. Thank you very much. And that's why I like this particular thing here. This is kind of a deviation, if you like, from what has been going on lately over the last couple of years in the offline marketing space. It's been very much, or offline consulting space, it's been very much focused on getting clients for local businesses. And that is a worthwhile thing to do. But as a first step to get that experience and the confidence, I think this is a really good approach. Take tangible small things, deliver them, everybody's happy, they are now familiar with you, they know, like, and trust you, and then you can start going, well, how about we do this trial thing here? I try to get you more clients, and if you do, well, you pay me a commission. Alrighty, there you go. So, it's a good tool. There is room for improvement. I think in order to make life easier, it would be great to get an overview, at least optionally, over all these options in the main screen. But in all fairness, I understand the reasoning behind it, and it's a good starting point. Saves you time, especially with the being able to just go into the leads, click email, go send this thing, and you're done. Alrighty, cheers, bye.